Hello there, Stephanie Kammerman, the Stock Whisperer, here to tell you this week's Dark Pool Weekly Whisper for February 25th. But before we get to this week's hottest stock picks, that's right, we got to go over last week, February 19th. It was a short week, only 4 days, but guess what? We had 63% gains on these whispers on the stock. Obviously, if you take options, you could have much higher gains, which we do in my trading room. Most of us, I want to say 90% of us, do only trade options. FCX was the hottest stock this week. Hope you guys got that, but 51 targets were hit. But if you missed these, don't worry. We got a lot of, tremendous amount actually, of weekly whispers for this week. So let's get started. Let's start with the SPY, which really didn't do too much until Friday. Finally started to pick up momentum, but we really went sideways for 4 straight days. This week, we're going to be bullish above 280, and we're going to be bearish below 277. The Russell, let's check that out, the IWM, had a really nice move on Friday as well. This week we're going to be bullish above 159 and bearish below 156. We did have an unusual amount of new dark pool activity on the IWM at 156.73. That is a really key level. If we stay above that, that's bullish. If we go below, well, then I will turn bearish. So watch that level. The QQQ, very light on dark pool. We're going to be bullish above 173.50 and bearish below 170.50. Now, here's the interesting thing, you guys. We had a tremendous amount of very large dark pool activity on these ETFs that have big players in them. For example, ITOT. Let's go to that one first. All right, top holdings, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, J&J, JP Morgan. We're going to be bullish above 64. First of all, look at this volume. All right. Something big is going on here. So we're going to be bullish above 64 and bearish below 63.25. Another ETF that has all these big guys in it, VT. Yeah, the Vanguard Total World Stock Index ETF. This one we're going to be bullish above 73 and bearish below 72. Look at the massive volume that came in on Friday. All right, something big. I feel like they're being really sneaky, you guys. SPY-G, look at this one. Massive volume coming in. And when this thing has massive volume, you can see, right? Hold on. Look at this. Look at this. We had a very big move up. Here's another pretty high volume day. We moved up. Okay, so watch this. All right, this is going to be really key. We're going to be bullish above 36.37 and bearish below 35.75. And SPY-V, another one that has all these big guys in them. Massive 1 million came in on Friday. So we're going to be bullish above $30.50 and bearish below 30. Now you don't have to trade these ETFs. You can pick the strongest top holding like Apple, right? Or Microsoft and go long. Or you could pick one of the weak guys and go short if it turns bearish. So keep that in mind. I love to just trade the individual stocks and using options because the options are not great on those ETFs. All right, now I want to just turn to the bear ETFs of the S&P 500. Well, SH had a big print on that. This is a decaying ETF. It goes down the hill. We had a 1.6 million print at 28.32, and we are below it. I'm not telling you to trade this, but this is really key to watch if you're going to trade the SPY or the SPX, all right, the futures, the E-minis. These are all really important factors to watch. We'll be bullish above 28.50 and bearish below 28 for SH. And remember, it's the inverse. So when this goes down, SPY goes up. When it goes up, the SPY goes down. We also had some unusual activity on the SQQQ. That's the Ultra Pro Short for the NASDAQ, the QQQ ETF. So we're going to be bullish above 12 and bearish below 1150. Again, this is not a great vehicle to trade, but definitely something to watch if you're going to trade the NASDAQ or any stock in the NASDAQ. All right, let's turn to gold. But before we get to that, we got to talk about the dollar. We had a big dark pool print on the dollar. The bullish fund ETF, UUP. Whenever we have a big print on this, we get a big move. We usually get a little bit of a splash first. So the print was at 25.69. Okay, 25.69. We're in between my bullish and bearish below level. So we're going to be bullish above 25.80. All right, if we go above there. And I'm going to be bearish below 25.60. So if the dollar goes up, gold usually goes down. And if the dollar goes down, gold usually goes up. That's really how it's been working. We've been watching that every day. So watch that. But also watch GLD. All right, this week I'll be bullish above 126 and bearish below 125. GDX had really big dark pool activity. Tons came in this week. 22.99, 23.04. So we're going to be bullish above 23.50 and bearish below 22.75. GG. Yeah, GG had tremendous amount of dark pool activity as well. And we're going to be bullish above 1150 and bearish below 1080. Yamana also had a lot of dark pool activity. We're going to be bullish above 280, bearish below 260, and FCX. We're going to be bullish above 1350, and we're going to turn bearish if she goes below 1250. All right, so that's it for gold and copper. Let's move on to oil. Yeah, I love the oil sector. Lots of prints coming in. OIH, we're going to be bullish above 18 this week. And we're going to be bearish below 17. Halliburton had another massive print, you guys. Massive, 5.8 million. If you remember, we got the exact same share size all the way over here at 28. Yep, guy bought 5.8 million shares at 28. They've moved it up. And then we had a massive sell print at 32. 32.45, 5.8. I just thought it was so ironic. It was the same exact share size. So I am bearish because we are below that print, 32.45. However, if we go, now this could be the splash. Remember when we get a big print, we usually do get a little bit of a splash. If it's the splash and we go above 32.50, I will turn very, very bullish. But if we stay below it, I'm going to be a big bear on Halliburton. So watch those levels. If you're not in it yet, bearish below 31 this week. Okay, let's go to XOP. XOP, we're going to be bullish above 31.25 and bearish below 30.37 for XOP. Rig this week, we're going to be bullish above 9 and bearish below 8. We had a lot of dark pool activity that came in on that one. And APA, just be careful. We have earnings on Apache. Okay, we have earnings on, let's see, February 27th. That is Wednesday after the market closes. I'm bringing this to your attention because we had massive prints 2 weeks in a row, actually. Last week we had them at 32.50. This week 33.20. Somebody definitely knows something ahead of earnings. It does have, I believe, a $1.50 expected move into earnings. So be careful if you're going to put on a trade. This is great to trade before earnings and after. I'm hoping it's going to have some kind of move before. But if not, we can wait till afterwards. But I'll be bullish above 34, bearish below 32. Okay, let's go to the financials. Yeah, we had a lot of prints on XLF this week. Yeah, tons. It's definitely getting ready for another move. We're going to be bullish above 26.75 and bearish below 26.25. Bank of America, waiting for this one to move still. You know, we do have this gap in the chart. Just want you to see this. Okay, so here's the big gap. So what they do a lot of times is they like to fake it to the strongest level just above the gap, then push it up. And if it does come down this week, okay, I'm bearish below 28.75, there's a big possibility it might finally come down and fill in the gap. So just watch this. Very, very important to watch this. But I will be bullish if we could break above 29.50. Couldn't do that. I was waiting really patiently last week. It just wouldn't do it. So maybe this week it'll move. We'll see. Wells Fargo. We're going to be bullish above 50 and bearish below 49 for Wells Fargo. We had a big print last week at 49.18. We're testing that right now. This is a very popular pattern where they test prints to see if they're still buying, and if they're not, then we'll move down. So watch Wells Fargo. Goldman Sachs. This is the big financial stock, and it's, you know, just shy of a really big level, the 200. So if we do move above that, especially close, I will turn bullish, but I will be bearish below 195 for that. Let's go to tech. Apple had some interesting prints this week. So we're going to be bullish above 175. I'm giving it some room. We've already tested 175 once already. So the computers were loaded to sell back here. They've pulled it back down. If we do go up and test it again, there's going to be less sellers than there were the first time. This is my second time rule. There are going to be some sellers, but not as much as the first time. So the odds that it'll break above are higher. So if we do go above it, that's why I love that level for an entry. However, I'm going to be bearish below 170 if we can't hold that. Netflix had a dark pool print, 200,000, pretty unusual, at 357.33. And you can see, okay, that we're at this top trend line here. This is really key, all right, to see if we can break above. Bullish above 365. If we go down below the prints, I'm going to be bearish below 355. So watch that. All right, let's go to the emerging markets. Yep, we had big prints on that the week before. We had a nice pop. Brazil is stuck in a wedge. See this wedge? Yep. If we can pull above 44.50, that'll be bullish. If we break below 43, that will be bearish. And we did have lots of prints as I posted up there. So look at those big, big, big prints I posted up. Yeah, 2.5 million, 43.46, another 1.5 million. So yeah, EWZ, watch Brazil. SCHE, remember we had those unusual prints on this last week, and pop it went. This week we had more prints. So I'm going to be bullish above 26. Okay, we've already tested that once back here. So there'll be less sellers if we can break above that. And I will be bearish below 25.20. And then we're just going to go to EEM. We're at the top of this trend line. I will be bullish above 43.25 for EEM. And I'm going to be bearish below 41.75. That's all the way down here. If you remember, we had a really big print here, Matt, like 7 million. Okay, that's huge. So if we could break above here, I can see a nice parabolic move up. We definitely got the volume at the bottom. All right, let's go to Verizon. This was my STD of the week, seasonality, trend, and dark pool. We've broken above this trend. Hope you guys got a piece of this. This was one of my favorite trades this week, as well as many of my traders in the pit. This week, however, If you're not in this yet, I'm going to be bullish above 57.25 and bearish below 55.50. If we do come all the way back down and go back into that trend, I'll turn bearish. Don't think that'll happen. What does normally happen is when it breaks out, it does retest before moving up higher a lot of times. Not always, but let's watch for that, okay? So I just absolutely love it. We'll see what other prints come in, but that was a great trade. This week also, AT&T was a great trade also. Last week's Whisper, we're going to be bullish above 31.25, and we're going to turn bearish below 30.50. All right, now it's time to go to the miscellaneous stocks. Let's just start with CVS. All right, CVS. Now, what I like about this is 3 days down. All right, don't ever try to catch a falling knife when a stock gaps down big like CVS. The second day, institutions love to come in and sell more, okay? Don't ever try to do that. The third day, if it makes a higher high, higher low, then yes, but you know what? It did not yet, but it did hammer on very high volume. So this week, if we could break above 62.50, I like it for a retracement trade to resistance, which means you're going against the trend, but you have volume on your side, and you're just retracing it to resistance here at 65 is my last target. And remember, there's a gap there, right? So they like to take it to the strongest level, but before the gap, then pull it back down, and then eventually, who knows when that's going to be, but go up and fill it up. So just watch that 60 to 50 level. I will be bearish though below 61. They can't hold it there and it starts to move down. Delta, bullish above 52.20, bearish below 51. We got some dark pool activity on that one. Ford was a great short in the pit. This is a great trade I took this week. We had massive prints that came in at 882 and 880, and I took it down for a retracement trade. But I did notice some buyers that stepped into the ring at 860, so I covered my short. But this week, if it breaks below 850, I'm going to be bearish again. I'll buy some more puts. If we break above 9, I will turn bullish because that would be a trend change. Okay, that's the T spot. So really key levels to watch if Ford can move. Let's go to the next one, JD. Yeah, JD had a nice big fat print, but it has earnings. Yes, it has earnings on Thursday. Okay, so be careful before the market opens. Maybe it'll run before earnings. It had a big 1.5 million print at 24.21. So we're going to be bullish above 26 and bearish below 24. All right, this is the top of this channel up here. So it really, if it can break above that, that's going to be huge. So just watch for that before earnings comes out or after earnings. Coca-Cola. Yeah, this stock had a really big move down. Then we got a print down here at Coca-Cola at 45.68. Oh, actually, we got two prints, sorry. This on Friday, 45.68 and 45.85. Okay, so I will be bullish if we can break above 46 this week, but I will be bearish if we break below 45. All right, so watch those levels on Coca-Cola. Lilly was a great whisper last week. We had so many more prints, guys. I've never seen the prints that I've seen for Lilly in the past 2 weeks. They've been just coming in. I almost started ignoring them. There were so many of them. It was like massive. So I've put some levels in there for you, but this week, bullish above 125, bearish below 122. MGM, bullish above 29 this week, and bearish below 27. Altria Group, MO, had a breakout here. We're going to be bullish above 52 and bearish below 50 for that. MT had big prints, 1 million at 22.40. I'm going to be bullish above 23.50 and bearish below 22.25. NWSA. Leticia. Yeah, call this to my attention. Friday, look at that volume that came in. Massive. We had a massive 3.6 million print at 13.01. We're going to be bullish above 13.20 and bearish below 12.75. Pfizer this week, we had dark pool activity. We're going to be bullish above 43, bearish below 42. Starbucks. I love this. Looks like it's ready to go Starbucking. Yeah, I love this. We had massive prints that came in on Friday. And we're going to be bullish above 71.50 and bearish below 70. Teva, another pharmaceutical. Just, be careful, guys, on these drug stocks. Trade the options and just know that they are very dangerous to trade. You just never know if FDA is going to approve of a drug or not approve of a drug and so forth. But the chart is really ugly on Teva. Really bearish below 17. We had dark pool activity that came in at 18.03, well below it. But 17 already was tested. We've bounced. Looks like it wants to test again. If we break below that, look out below for Teva. And we got a couple more. Volley. Yeah, I like Volley. We have this gap. We've tested it, pulled back. So I love it. Above 12.50 and bearish below 11.97. We've had a lot of prints, volume coming in from below. So we'll see how far it could push. XBI is a safe way to trade biotechs. It's an ETF. And it had a massive 1.1 million dark pool print at 85.12. So we're going to be bullish above 86 and bearish below 84. XLP. Bullish above 54.50 and bearish below 53.75. Before I go, you guys, I got to tell you who the trader of the week is. Now, I've trained a lot of new people recently. I finished my boot camp class a couple weeks ago. And the reason that I teach and I work really hard with these new traders is I know that if I can teach them exactly what to look for, they're going to call out great trades. And guess what? I'm going to take them. And that's exactly what happened this week with our trader of the week, Tom H. Okay, Tom, thank you so much. We were trading Verizon. I'd gotten out of one trade and it started to move up through that 56 level. Volume was coming in and I told him exactly what to look for. He called it out. We took this trade and we rocked it on Friday. So thank you so much, Tom. I'm so happy to have you in the room. And I know you're still working and mastering this, but you got it. You definitely got it. And thank you so much because a lot of us took that trade and made money off it. So excellent job. Until next time, guys, happy trading.
That's my secret.